As well as the standard fair use policy, this video is protected under the Treaty of Peace and Friendship 1787.
Moors are awake. We are taking our place on this planet.
Islam Moors.
My nationality is Moorish.
I am Kimberly Blade.
Good afternoon, and sir, you are Michael Anthony Blade, is that correct?
The beneficiary, not the other person.
I'm sorry?
The beneficiary and not the artificial person, sir.
Excuse me, sir, but what in the doohickey are you talking about?
Okay, I don't know what you mean by that. What is it? What's your name?
I'm the beneficiary, Michael, of the Blade family.
I understand. You're the beneficiary of Michael Blade, but what is your name?
Your Honor, I'm the beneficiary of the estate, Michael Anthony Blade.
So is he deceased, or are you his guardian, or what?
This judge doesn't even have a clue at what this man is talking about. It's crazy. These sovereign citizens are just out of their freaking minds.
For Michael Anthony Blade, the artificial person, I am the agent.
I don't understand you, sir. In any event, Miss Blade, do you recognize the person on the screen?
I do.
Is that your husband, Michael Blade?
Yes.
Okay, all right. The court tried to call you this morning, Miss Blade, but the phone number you provided on your summons was an invalid phone number. It was not a right phone number. We called you at 734-78. That's the number you had, and person said that's
I've never
not your
given
phone
that
number.
number. That's not my number, and I've never given that number.
No, that's the phone number we had for Kimberly Blade. Miss Kimberly Blade, we attempted to call you this morning, and your phone number that you referenced on your summons that you prepared is wrong. In any event, the court cannot enter the judgment as presented. It's got all kinds of red stamps on it, and it's got things crossed out. And the court, the reason the court was calling you, if you could come down this afternoon, we can get the two of you divorced if you want to get divorced. And we can give you another form, and I can explain to you, walk you through it. For example, someone said that there's a paragraph about the domicile of the child should not be moved from the state of Michigan without the consent of it's got to be the consent of the court. And Mr. Blade, you're correct. If she wants to move, she's got to seek the permission of the court. She must notify you in advance. So you'll be aware of all that. So I want to walk through these provisions with you. You've crossed some things out which are simply not acceptable under the law. So both of you live locally.
Excuse me, sir. Would you mind repeating that, sir?
Your request coming down here. There's all kinds of red stamps in here. It says non-SOVCIT. I don't know what that means, but it's all over the page. The court cannot sign this judgment. So what the court would like to do is sometime we can personally come down here and I can walk you through. We can prepare a clean judgment. For example, somebody's crossed out. For example, there's a paragraph about real estate, and someone says does not apply. Well, there are two choices. Either you own real estate and needs to be divided, or there's not real estate. So you need to address that. The court will not enter the judgment without these provisions being addressed. They're required in any judgment divorce.
So these two sovereign citizens are getting divorced, and the paperwork that they sent in has red stamps and thumbprints all over it, just like these Moors always do. Now, the thing that is puzzling me is they love to say that the courts don't have jurisdiction, but the courts now have jurisdiction to possibly grant a divorce. I'm totally lost. Like, you guys are deviating far from the script.
We must divide pension benefits. If you each keep your own, that's fine. If there are none, we need to note that. So this judgment is not acceptable. You can't get divorced today. So, Miss Blade, you live in Inkster, correct?
That's correct.
Is there a time you can both come in personally on Monday, and we can, if you want to get divorced, you've been separated since the last 4 years. Let's not drag us out any longer.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, can you come down, Mr. Beneficiary? Can you come down also personally?
Your Honor, what we need is simply a divorce. That's all we need. Your jurisdiction.
That's correct. The court will not sign this judgment of divorce that's been presented. I don't know who made all these red stamps. There are things crossed out. I can walk this through with both of you, but you need both of you to sign to prove the judgment.
Sir,
So I'm suggesting the easiest way for this to happen is both of you come down here personally. If you come down on Monday, we can get you divorced on Monday.
Sir, anything I sign will have stamps.
Okay, Mr. Beneficiary, if everything you sign will have red stamps, then I guess you won't be getting divorced.
Okay. Well, I don't know what the stamps mean.
Non-SOVCIT means that I do not have liability for the state enterprise.
What?
Sir, you're making no sense. If you want to put one stamp, but you got a dozen stamps all over this. Unacceptable. So what time do you want to come down on Monday?
That contract that I do not agree with, and those are the terms of the contract in which I.
All right. Then Miss Blade, you need to hire an attorney. Then you need to hire an attorney, Mr. Blade. I don't know. I don't know if he's got. I don't know if he has some incapacities, but he's not talking common sense. I don't know what you need in order to get divorced. So can you both come down on Monday or no? Simple question.
I can.
I have work Monday. I've taken off work to handle this matter.
Well, can you drive down right now down to Monroe?
Yes,
No,
I can.
I thought you said you took off work today, Mr. Blade.
Yes, sir.
You live in Newport. You're probably, 10 minutes away?
I no longer live in Newport, sir.
All right. All right. So perhaps the clerk could take a brief testimony. There's been a breakdown. There's only that there's 3 minor children. I can take a brief testimony. I can preserve everything, but I can't get you divorced until we sign the written judgment. So can you both please raise your right hand to be sworn? Do you both solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Miss Blade? You need to unmute yourself. Cannot hear you, Miss Blade.
I do.
Okay. All right. To start with you, Miss Blade, can you please state your name and current address for the record?
My name is
Miss Blade, Kimberly Blade. Can you please state your name and current address for the record and need to unmute yourself?
300-8141.
Thank you. Miss Blade, is it true that you filed a complaint for divorce with this court on about May 4th, 2023?
Yes.
Is it further true that on the date you signed that complaint that you lived in the county of Monroe for 10 days, the state of Michigan, at least 6 months prior to filing?
I must say, this court hearing is a complete train wreck. We have the husband who appears to be a Moorish sovereign citizen. The soon-to-be ex-wife isn't a sovereign citizen, from what I'm guessing, and she's just distracted. Like, lady, if you want to get divorced, then pay attention. Isn't this important? Pay attention.
Can you repeat that?
Is it true that on the date you filed that complaint, which was May 4th, that you lived in the county of Monroe for at least 10 days, in the state of Michigan, at least 6 months?
I didn't stay in Monroe County.
I understand you didn't stay there. Did you live in Monroe County 10 days before filing this? For example, did you live in Monroe County the last week of April of this year?
No.
Well, you may need to refile in Wayne County then. You live in Wayne County. You need to file in the county in which you reside.
Yes.
I did. I went through this agency, a legal Zoom divorce, and they did it that way because Michael was in Monroe.
All right. Okay, we can establish jurisdiction with Michael.
No, not this. No.
We'll address that. Mrs. Blade, is it true that you married Michael Blade on May 2nd, 2016? You separated in September of 2020.
Yes.
Is it true there's been a breakdown of your marriage relationship?
Yes.
Have the object of matrimony been destroyed?
Yes.
Is there any chance of reconciliation?
No.
Is it true there are 3 children born of the marriage, namely Boy Blade, Kingston Blade, and Killian Blade?
Yes.
Were there any other children born or adopted during your marriage?
No,
Are you currently pregnant?
no.
Okay, sir, can you, Mr. Blade, did you live in the county of Monroe, state of Michigan in late April of 2023?
I lived in the domicile of the United States of America Republic, sir.
He lived in the domicile of the United States of America Republic. There we go. Now that is a hot Morris take.
Okay, what do you have to, was it Monroe County, Michigan?
The domicile of the United States of America Republic.
All right. The court's not going to play games. The court's going to dismiss this complaint for lack of jurisdiction, Ms. Blade. Mr. Blade will not acknowledge he lived in Monroe County, state of Michigan. So I'm going to dismiss this complaint for lack of jurisdiction. You need to refile in Wayne County. And I'm sorry if Mr. Blade won't cooperate with you. He's not going to cooperate with the court. I'm not going to play games. The court will dismiss this complaint. Now we'll conclude the matter. You can all zoom out. We'll send you both a copy of the dismissal. And Mr. Blade, we have your address of 8 Newport. That's where we're going to send the order of dismissal. All right, you can both zoom out. Have a good rest of the day. You're still married.
Well, that was certainly a complete train wreck.
Let me have a